Okay, it is June 5th in the evening. Elila is accompanying us, and we are going to do a garden tour. So, first off, right here we have what remains of our compost pile and bloody butcher corn through here. There's some soybeans in this front row. I'd have to look. Tankuro, I think, is the kind that these are. I'm going to put some in another spot in the garden. The mulch is doing pretty good at keeping weeds down in the center, although we got some grass growing through in between. We'll have to pull that later. Got a few left to finish mulching out there, but overall it's doing really good. Over here, this is supposed to be this is a blue eye grape from Geneva's repository. It was grown in southwest Missouri at a breeding station, Mountain Grove, West Plains, I can't remember, somewhere over there. And then we have some hyssop, anise hyssop, growing all over. It's a flower, babe. And then 3 columbines that are doing absolutely terrible. Okay, you look for strawberries. We have 2 interstem, excuse me, apple trees. One I grafted over, I can't remember if I grafted it to pristine or palm grease on top of that surprise up there, but overall doing pretty good. The figs in the greenhouse are exploding. I kind of should do a different video on that, but I have 2 new figs that are added. I've taken out a lot of the chard. This chard is just blowing up in here, and the lettuce is starting to bolt, so I've been throwing that to the chickens for the most part. Peonies are doing good right here. I have no strawberries, okay. A few seedling plums, a couple of asparagus plants, a few variegated coxcombs that are not doing as good as the one I put at the church building, but we'll see how they do. These peonies, on the left is Fawn, in the middle is Kansas, and then on the right is Joker. Okay, you can have a snap pea. Then we have some Asiatic lilies, hyacinths that are on the tail end. Tulips are done blooming pretty much. So I'm going to put soybeans over here. Yeah, the tulips were good whenever they were here. And then over here we have an air prune bed. This is a pear from the farm where my dad grew up. Probably just a something basic, an old kefir, probably. This is a black down currant cutting I took off the top for free of the plant that I got in. This is Titania. It's doing really well. Black down is looking very sad. That in the back is a Titania black currant, black down black currant, 3 rhubarb plants, and a couple of leftover potatoes from last year that overwintered. Elderberry cuttings I'm going to try to sell here in a minute, a few weeks. Those are apple rootstocks that are red crab apples. This is a Hinamaki yellow gooseberry, kind of sad and hanging on. This is a Hinamaki red, and then 2 black velvet gooseberries down here. This mislabeled grape on the trellis is doing good, trying to put some grapes on this year. Here we have a peace rose, looks beautiful. It was very yellow early on. It's starting to get tired. I'd have to look for the tag. Enchanted Peace, I believe, is the name of that one. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love these. These are a purple tiger, and you can see how they look like they're splashed. This is an older one. This is the first one to blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I wish they were bigger, fuller, but I mean, honestly, was a fairly small plant when I got it, and it's blooming well already. Very happy about that. Here I have some echinacea, double-decker echinacea, some hyssop there, more hyssop here. I had a lot of hyssop that I was just sticking in places this year. This is a wild blue yonder rose. The original plant Mom got Elizabeth years ago when we first got married, 12, 13 years ago. I finally, be quiet. I finally brought it over here from where we had it originally planted on the other side of the county. These are asters, starting to bloom finally, perennial asters. This is a random yellow rose. That's my favorite on the whole place. Loading up with yellow blossoms. We already had one gorgeous one we cut off yesterday. Potatoes, leftover seedling potatoes that we harvested from last year. They are doing well enough to give me some hope. Some carrots are in here, a few sunflowers over there that I stuck in on the side. Most of the carrots are not doing well at all. Spotty germination. I'm going to try transplanting some and see if that's better, but not doing that well. These are Texas super sweet onions, starting to get a little size, starting to bulb up a little bit. That one is flowering. I don't know what's up with that. Because it shouldn't, but it is. More asters stuck in there in the middle. I tried to put flowers up the middle of every bed to kind of give me an idea, an easy reference point of where I'm at in the bed whenever I'm pulling weeds or planting. These are seedlings. We're going to put out 4 o'clocks, marigolds, Halloween dianthus, if I remember correctly. This is French sorrel. Boy, they look sad and burnt. I'm going to have to plant some more of those. Cosmos, some zinnias, and some moonflowers. They look burnt and sad too. That's no good. They were doing good yesterday whenever I set them out. These are red candy onions. Put out too many onions this year, but they were cheap. More asters and a hyssop in the back. We have some squash planted here. I had to replant this round. And some squash plants here. And a golden giant amaranth. I believe I've already done a video talking about the honeyberries that I put in. Back here we have blackberries that are starting to grow. These are free tip-rooted plants. That one with darker leaves in the center is an Osage we bought from Lowe's for my birthday. That one over there, looking the saddest, is supposed to be Ouchita. But instead, it has a tree growing up through it. That wasn't there a few days ago. And some Virginia creeper. That is Ouchita. I don't remember how to say it right. Got some peaches. I'll run over here and look at the peaches real quick. Got some good color on them, good size. Compared to the others around here that are seedling trees. Got some hazelnuts back over here that I planted. Plum cots are doing good without going too far into the orchard. I started to mow some to give my first apple tree row some breathing space because they were getting crowded out because I haven't mulched it good yet. These are Ann raspberries. Very good, very sweet. Love eating those, but they don't usually make very many. But I don't give it very much attention either. These are tomatoes. This whole row is hybrids that I have grown. I'm going to start trellising them soon. These are contender bush beans on this side. We have cucumbers on the back side that are starting to germinate now. These are rattlesnake beans on the other side. Still contender beans here. They are beans that are purple and brown streaked when you dry them. I don't know why they're called rattlesnake beans, babe. These are 2 more hybrids that I made. This is generation 3, and I was really happy last year with what we got, so we're going to keep thinning it down, thinning the herd, and see how it goes. I plugged in some echinacea here in the center, and these are more variegated coxcomb. We'll see how they do. This is chamomile right here in the center. Chamomile in the center there as well. Here are cherry tomatoes. We have some Berries Crazy Cherry, a 2nd generation Sun Sugar hybrid. We'll see how it does. Starting, which one is this? Oh, this is one of mine. This is a House's Heart already flowering. If we can get it to focus. Starting to flower. There we go. Starting to flower. That's the first set of flowers that I've seen on my tomatoes. So that's exciting. Oh, looky here. Here's some. This is a Berries Crazy Cherry. Look at the flower truss on that poor little plant. Already trying to load up with flowers. Berries Crazy Cherry is very productive. It's one of the parents of my House's Heart hybrids that I am trying to stabilize. Got some Prairie Fires doing well as well. It's supposed to be very sweet. I'm excited about that. Strawberry beds. These are Old North Sea strawberries I put in here. This is supposed to be a Mars grape. We'll see when it fruits. This is a bed of tiny carnivorous colossal asparagus seedlings. I'm excited about those. Put in a whole run of those. I need to go through and weed a little bit leading up to my apple tree rows. These are yellow bush beans right here. Good Mother Stallard in the back, starting to vine a little bit. Kind of hard to see, starting to vine. Excited to try those for dry beans. These back here for asparagus are, I'll come around there, are Jersey Giants. Or sorry, Jersey Knights. Jersey Knights, I'm thinking of chickens. Jersey Knights, 1 year roots we bought. They're doing pretty well. These are conifers I stuck in here because some of the roots did not do well. Overall, most of the Jersey Knights have grown. I'm going to plug the holes next year with some Atlas possibly. I'll do some more looking around and see. I put in 3 purple ones and they did not grow. Here, we've switched over after another berry or a chamomile to snap peas, sweet snap peas, sugar snap peas. And they're doing all right. We got hit with almost a week of 90 plus degree weather a few weeks ago, and the pea plants did not like it. Nothing really liked it here. It was very hard on everything because we went from highs in the high 60s to highs in the 90s overnight pretty much for several days, and then we went back to highs in the 70s. So just stressed everything more than it should have. And here I'm going to throw this into the garden tour because it's right here at the end. We have some Roxbury russet apples, and I'm excited. These are the first apples of all these stinking apple trees I have grown and grafted, and huge potential to taste our first legit apples that are better than what you can get in the store by far and away. Better than the mistime picked stuff at a lot of the U-pick orchards around here. I stuck some more chamomile in at the end of this bed. And that for now is what we have going in the garden. We're going to expand our beds over there some more as well. But overall, we're off to a pretty good start, if not as fast as I wish it was, in the garden this year in 2022.